It felt like I'd stumbled onto a Secret Service alley tucked behind a busy boulevard. The moment I slipped into it, the congestion just melted away and everything got cleaner. I ran a play most traders never spot. Want to see how it works? Stay with me and I'll walk you through it step by step. I jumped into crypto clueless. No roadmap, just pulling at whatever made the most noise. My so-called strategy was chasing hype and buying every new drop that looked hot. For a bit, it seemed like I'd cracked it. The balance climbed day after day. Then the market reversed and those paper wins disappeared by morning. That wake-up slap proved I had no repeatable process. I almost passed on an absurdly simple routine I later learned, but treating it like a soldier's drill. Prioritize discipline, mute the chatter, follow the checklist, flip the script. Instead of steady losses, I began scoring reliable 5x gains. I'll break the full system down for you, step by step. But before we dive into the full breakdown, there's one stop we can't skip, because this is the spot where beginners usually trip. I still remember my first round with Pump Fun. On the surface, it felt smooth, almost too smooth. The design looked clean, the steps clicked easily, and it tricked me into thinking I had the whole thing locked down. That early confidence sucked me in deeper. But once I dug around, little issues started popping up one after another. If you're not expecting them, they'll catch you flat-footed. So we'll knock those out now, making the rest of the process a clean run. Fire up Photon, switch the filter over to Pump Fun, and watch the screen light up with fresh tokens launching one after another. It's like trying to track jets flying overhead. The moment you lock onto one, it's already gone. The feed refreshes in real time, second by second, so even glancing away can cost you. The pace never slows, which means your only advantage is staying locked in and ready to move. In this setup, a short pause can erase the opportunity. Now toggle the filter to Raydium CPMM and instantly the pace feels different. The list looks cleaner, the tokens behave in steady patterns, and the energy is more controlled. Liquidity doesn't bounce all over the place, volume comes in consistently, and market caps don't spike without warning. This area usually draws in more experienced players. In just a moment, I'll show you how to identify the ones that are worth diving into. Back when the idea of creating my own token first came up, I instantly assumed it was out of reach. I pictured nights buried in coding smart contracts, flipping through confusing blockchain manuals, and running into bug after bug. In my mind, the choice was either weeks of grinding through technical work or paying a developer a hefty price. Then I came across MoonTool. It stripped away all the heavy lifting. No coding headaches, no stress. You just plug in the details, set the basics, and click launch. Honestly, if you've ever filled out a simple online form, you can pull it off. I've already launched a few tokens through it, and what once looked overwhelming turned out to be simple. The very first thing you'll want is a logo that really grabs attention. It works like the face of your project, since people notice it before anything else. I usually jump into Canva because it's quick, simple to use, and the results look polished. Just yesterday I was messing around on Roblox horror games with my buddies, so I'm using that theme as the base for my coin. It was a fun session. Once the image is uploaded, resize it to 128 by 128 pixels exactly. If it looks pixelated, warped, or not centered, make those adjustments now. These little fixes make a huge difference in how polished your project feels. After everything looks clean and aligned, save it, and we'll move forward to the next step. Step 1 is to load MoonTool and hook it up to your Phantom wallet. It connects right away. On the token creation screen, plug in Roblox coin for the name and set Roblox as the symbol. The description section is optional, so only use it if you've got one handy. After that, upload your Canva logo, double-check the alignment and clarity, then click Next to keep moving. Don't stress about figuring out decimals or the total supply. MoonTool has those values pre-configured so they're locked in without you lifting a finger. After that's done, press Next and move on with the setup. At the verification stage, a window will pop up asking for 0.1 Solana. No need to worry. It isn't a real payment, it's only there to confirm that everything is connected properly. Personally, I just decline it so my Solana doesn't move. Once that's out of the way, click Next to move on. This section gives you a chance to link your social accounts or community hubs to your token. Adding them can make it easier for others to come across your project, but don't overthink it. Raydium won't force you to add anything here. If nothing's set up yet, just choose Skip and head forward. You might think skipping the 0.3 Solana payment saves you some money up front, but that choice can backfire. The community expects to see freeze, mint, and update rights properly locked in. When those aren't handled, it usually makes people walk away. Make sure those settings are secured and then select Launch My Token Now to keep going. Take a quick breather here since this step is key. A confirmation screen will slide up from your wallet. Just confirm it and the system handles everything automatically. Don't be surprised if a couple of alerts show up. They're standard. After that approval goes through, the blockchain locks it in, and your token launches on the spot. The next step is to set up your liquidity. Head into Raydium and launch a fresh pool from the start. The dashboard is intuitive, so you won't struggle to locate any of the controls. The entire setup wraps up in just a few minutes and feels easy to complete. Inside the User Token tab, paste your contract address exactly how it's written. Don't rush, since one typo can block the setup. For the info, assign Roblox to the symbol and Roblox coin as the full project name for a cleaner look. Then, hit Add User Token, or else Raydium won't save it and it might vanish from results. Once that's done, move into the liquidity section and allocate about 900 million tokens out of your total 1 billion supply, pairing them with Solana. This locks in a price base, keeps trades flowing without big swings, and helps your project grow steadily. Now it's time to figure out how much Solana you want to add to your pool. The simplest option is pressing Max, which drops in nearly your whole balance. Just remember to leave at least 0.2 Solana in your wallet for gas, or the transaction won't go through. After that, you'll need to pick a trading fee. I usually lock in 2% since it makes swaps cheaper for traders, but still builds rewards in the pool. Of course, you can adjust that number depending on how you want your setup to run. This is the finishing move. Hit Initialize Liquidity Pool and let it run. Your wallet will pop up asking you to approve. Just confirm and give it a moment. The system wraps everything up, and within seconds, your token is officially live on Solana, ready for anyone to start trading. Open Photon again and make sure the Raydium filter is active. This refresh updates the list so you only see the newest tokens. When your token appears in the feed, you'll know the launch succeeded and it's officially ready for trading. To track your token, open DEXScreener and pick any chart. It doesn't matter which one. Once the chart loads, replace the current address in the search bar with your token's contract address and hit enter. The live stats will appear instantly. You can also type your token's name into the search field and select it from the drop-down list. As soon as the chart pops up, it looks like the numbers are moving non-stop. Don't freak out. That's just bots making ultra-fast trades, taking tiny profits again and again. The pace is so quick most users barely catch it. This flurry of action tends to draw in the first wave of investors. Getting in right at the beginning gives you a leg up on most traders. Early buyers help keep the price steady while new investors slowly join. After you lock in your position, the chart usually trends upward smoothly. Just monitor it occasionally. If you want to be cautious, you can always withdraw your liquidity. For now, I'm letting it do its thing. We're starting out on the right foot. Payments are coming through steadily in our coin, and that activity has already boosted liquidity. It's a good sign for stability early on. From here, the important thing is to keep a close watch on the chart, since it'll give us the first hints if anything starts shifting. We're now 49 minutes into the process, and liquidity hasn't slowed down. It continues to climb steadily. The chart is also holding an upward trend, which is always a positive signal in these early stages. For now, the best move is to keep watching closely and see how it develops from here. Guys, we've crossed the 1 hour mark, and the results speak for themselves. Payments are still flowing in consistently, and overall cash flow looks strong. The chart has seen a noticeable climb since we started, which makes this an ideal point to secure our funds. So now let's go step by step through the process of withdrawing that cash flow. First, double-check that your wallet is properly connected to Raydium. It absolutely has to be the same one you used when you launched your token. Otherwise, your balances won't line up correctly. In most cases, the sync happens right away. Once that's confirmed, go into the Portfolio tab and switch over to the Liquidity section. That's where all your tokens and any pools you've joined will appear. If nothing shows up immediately, don't stress. Raydium can take 10 to 15 minutes to fully refresh. Once your pool finally appears, click the minus button, select 100%, set Solana as the payout, and then hit Remove Liquidity. Phantom will pop up asking for confirmation, approve it, and keep the screen open until the removal is fully processed. Once the process finishes, a confirmation window will appear on your screen. That's your signal that everything processed correctly. After seeing it, open your wallet, and double-check that all your funds have returned and nothing is missing. At this point, everything's looking solid. Your returns are consistent, and the platform hasn't had any hiccups. Keeping a steady rhythm is what helps maintain that stability. When trading activity ramps up, that's your cue to jump back in. You can repeat this cycle as often as you like. The approach runs without any problems, and repeating it regularly can help you stack dependable gains over time. For transparency, I have no connection to MoonTool, Photon, or Raydium. I'm just sharing the system that's worked in my experience. You'll find all the important links listed in the description and pinned at the top of the comments.